Now the interesting bit is over. We get into a little bit of a, well, not so much boring, but a necessary activity that could take a while. So here's a disclaimer: this episode could be quite long. I am extremely fatigued, so if I zone out, I apologise. I've also got soda, so I could burp. Whatever, if you don't like it. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do after our quick save is we're going to go to camp. This is our main Act 3 camp. We've got a little letter over here we can read. There we go. Nice little letter from Arabella. So this is our chest, our traveller's chest, or stash if you like. The annoying thing is Larian, for some unknown reason, have put it right next to this door. So occasionally you walk up to it and rather than focusing on the traveller's chest, it will focus on the door. So you go to open a chest and you've opened the door. I have no idea why they have done this, but that's how they've done it. So, you know, there we go. Right, let's get my guide up. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is de-equip all of our characters. We're coming up for a massive respec and re-gear. This is where most people's build will change and everyone's gear will change, more or less. So first thing we're going to do is we'll start with Tav and we just de-equip everything. We're going to leave them with their overclothes, the shoes, the musical instrument, underwear and torch. Next thing we're going to do, oh, didn't want to open that, is we're going to go through the companions and make sure they've got no keys or herbs. I always let Shadowheart keep the Night Orchid. Oh, Lazelle's got a Pegasus there, that needs to go to Bree. Other than Bree, and we'll worry about Halson and Jaheira later. So no one's got any keys or anything, so that's fine. We're going to open up our keys here. Any keys you've got that may have been sent to you or you've got, just pop in there. At the same time, do the Tav's herbs. Make sure any alchemical ingredients, they all go to Bree. Alright, and then we're going to go in here and we're going to open up the junk trunk. We're going to put that in there, that's junk. We're going to put Kethric's armor in there because that's junk. Arabella's letter is your choice whether you keep it or not. Got a scroll up here, scroll of gust of wind, that's junk. Where is my... I'm going to sort out the stash. I'll pick everything up in a minute. I'm going to put Arabella's letter in my... Hold on, there we go. Arabella's letter in my... You should sell this. You're never going to, right. Let's grab all of this. Oh, wait a minute. Is that Lovitas Guards? Yeah, that stays in now. No, didn't want that. Put that back. That's a quest item as well, even though it doesn't say it is. Pick that up. That can stay there. Pick that up. Pick that up. Pick that up. Right. I'm not going to do assault because it'll be annoying. Right. So summon Golem Bell. That's what's picked up from Balthazar. It's a quest item. So that goes in there. The Moon Lantern we picked up from Moonrise Towers, that goes in there. The Act 2 keychain also goes in the quest items. We're going to go to our supply pack. We did pick up 2 supply packs from somewhere, so they go in there. I'm going to split them. Oh, what an idiot. Split. Split. There we go. That's that done. Alright. Any potions whatsoever or arrows are all going in the bag because we, apart from my dies, I keep the dies. That's not an arrow. That's that done. Oh, let's go to verify. Misty Step. Pop the gold in there. Is that done? Anything else that should be sold that I want to keep? Yes. I've got the other Gith disc and the Selenite brooch that I like to keep. Next we have legendaries. We haven't got any legendary items on us. Into the pink one for the very rare. Oh no, we have got legendary. Actually, these boots, the disintegrating nightwalkers, are legendary, so we'll put that in the right one. They may not look like it, but they are. Into the clothing. What's it? Here we go. Put the mesh toe shoes. Grab the 3 pairs of gladiator sandals I've kept for some reason. And they can go in there. I'm aware this is a lot of hassle, but once we get into it, it's going to be a lot easier to find things. Right, so that has sorted out the green items and Tav's stash. We'll do that there as well. So we've got quest item, or well, not quest item, but an item we'll need a lot later on. That's a quest item, that's a quest item, trophy item, and they'll get used in a moment. So that's a Tav done, so we then quick save that. We go down to the next person, which is Asti, and we just grab everything in his bag here. He keeps his shovel. I let him keep the thieves' tools and disarm kits. Everything else, his torch he can keep. Obviously his shoes, overclothes and dye. Everything else gets sent to Tav. Bang. So there we go. Same with the next character, which is Minthara in my case. Bam. Tav has got space, so we'll do the next one as well, which is Karlak. Yeah, we'll do Shadowheart as well. I usually do it one at a time, but Tav's got the space. So Shah has no longer part of Shah, so the Shah, Idol of Shah can go, and so can the Teachings of the Lost Night Singer, which I was holding on to. I let her keep the Book of Dead Gods. It just feels thematically great, her being religious and stuff. So and I let her keep the musical instrument as well. Do the same for Lae'zel. There we go. So Lae'zel gets her shovel, torch, underwear, the Githyanki egg, sandals and dye, plus any overclothes you may have given her. I think, yep, Tav is over. So let's try to empty stuff. No quest items from the characters, and no camp supply stuff. So in here for potions, arrows and scrolls. And elixirs, apparently. That's it. Right. Moving on to legendary items. I think we've got 2 more, that being the silver sword and the Helldusk armor. You may not have the silver sword. Oh, and we've got the Selene Spear of the Night. That's it. Pink items. Gloves of Dex. Is that the only one? Oh no, here we go. That's it. Blue. And then green items. Takes a while, but as I said, it does make things a lot easier when you're sorting things out. Right, and finally into the junk trunk. There we go. A lot of the things we are removing will go back onto the same characters. I do this just because it's a lot easier. Like I said, there are some game changes. I'm not going to touch Bree. Not going to do Halcyon or Jaheira either. Oh, Jaheira's got some items that need to come off. But their clothes and stuff I will sort out when we get to them as companions. So, first thing we've got is, once again, some scrolls and elixirs. They can go in there. Oh, wrong one. No legendaries. Think it's just the one from Gale. Blue. And green. Excuse me. Right, now we go through and just sort by type. It just helps us find things. I do it on this one as well. You don't need to if you have one of those. Do it on there as well. It just makes it easier to find things. There we go. Alright. So everything has then been done. And I just go and stand kind of over here. That's it. And then we do a save game. The reason we do a hard save there, or a save game if you like, is because at any point during Act 3 you can come back to this save and you know, change things up or change different things, test out builds, because all of the items are in the stash bag, so you can then choose a character, choose the items and see if that particular build works or not. And then if you wanted to, you could go on from there. So that's the idea behind it. Now we've done that save, we are going to get rid of all of the quick saves as per norm. There we go. Right, so okay, we spec 3 companions at a time. We do 1 companion, then we save the game, for example Tav and done. And then we go on from there. Now some characters do not require a class respect, and that is Brianna or Bree, the alchemist. We've got Asti's perfectly fine, he gets his respect a lot later, and Lae'zel, because we did her just before in the Act 2. But I will check her because I have been looking at build guides, so that's just a check for this one answer only. When you get to this stage, it should be fine-ish. Just a warning, every time you speak to Withers from now on, he's going to mention something about romancing, which is, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. There's no reason for him to do this. Additionally, there are some characters in the game that cannot be romanced whatsoever in any way, shape or form. And that's Jaheira, and he asks her, which is completely irrelevant. If you've seen, there's a popular thing about on various social media about which BG3 character would you romance, and it includes Jaheira. But Jaheira cannot be romanced, so why she's even in that list, I don't know. But anyway, that's a side rant. So we're going to start off with the Tav. The Tav gets done first. Withers is all the way over here. Oh, excuse me. There's Bree.
Thou hast now a bosom companion. Take care that thou art not distracted on thy quest, seeking the comforts of the flesh.
All these answers are personal preference only, and after Tav, I will just be skipping through them as quickly as possible because it is completely irrelevant. It isn't about flesh, it's about companionship.
Recall that in time, all becomes dust and bone.
And then he kicks you out. It's like,
Fate dost thou require.
no, I just want to change my class. There we go. Alright, so let's sort out the Tav. Where are we? There it is. Okay. So our level 10 respec. The first 6 levels are exactly the same, so we do our bard stuff. So level 1 bard, and it will save the details we already had, which is kind of awesome. Friends and mage hand, that's fantastic. Healing word, feather fall, speak with animals, long strider, that's all fantastic. I prefer the flute, so I'm going to keep the flute. Stat wise is the same, 8, 15 plus 2, 17, 14 on the constitution, dumpster intelligence down to 8, wisdom at 10, and in charisma at 16. Yep, and skills should be insight, intimidation, and persuasion. Insight, intimidation, and persuasion. Yep, there we go, level 1 done. Level 2, we choose Fairy Fire. Level 3, we go for Cloud of Daggers, and we pick up our College of Swords, 2 weapon fighting. The Dwergar Enlarge, go for Skill Expertise. This is what changes. Previously we had Insight and Persuasion. This time we're going for Insight and Survival. If we remove Persuasion, there we go. Level 4, we take Minor Illusion and Enhance Ability. We take plus 2 Dex to bring it to 19, plus we've got the Hag's Hair, which makes it 20. Level 5, Bard. I have changed the spell here, and we go Detect Thoughts, because the levels 5 spell we had is completely irrelevant. We never used it. So, Dwergar Invisibility, which again I never use. I should, because, you know, why not? Bard level 6 to get that extra attack, and we pick up Knock. Level 7, we add in Fighter, and we take Archery. Yeah. We also gain Second Wind, which is great. Level 2, we take Action Surge. Level 9, we switch and we add Rogue. And we pick up Perception. And then we specialise in Animal Handling and Perception. There's a reason why we don't take Intimidation and Persuasion. You'll see that as part of the guide. We never used Animal Handling, it's the only skill that was left. Road 2 for the Cunning Actions. And that's it. There we go. So Tav is now respect. We now look at the tadpole which we've been collecting. All the tadpole powers, we've got 15. And once you get partial Elithid, you automatically gain these 5 abilities, which means any tadpoles you spent on those abilities will be automatically refunded into your tadpole pool. Blurk. So, what do we get for Tav? Well, I have a note on this so far. on my guide. We unlock Luck of the Far Realms, which is there. And then Illithid Expertise. You can only get this outer ring if you're a partial Illithid. So if we look at Illithid Expertise, we get expertise in Persuasion, Deception and Intimidation, which is why we don't use our skill points there, because we take this and get it automatically. And that's the only 2 we take on Tav for now. There's a whole load more we take, but we've only now got 13 tadpoles, and we've got many companions to get through. So we come out of that, we'll come out of that, and now we go and get our gear. We've got a new flute which automatically gets equipped. I'm going to equip my original one because I am attached to it like that. A bit sentimental. Over to the stash. First thing we do is go into the junk trunk and get rid of that one. Right. Now we go for the gear. I mean, most of the gear is the same as what we were wearing, so we just got to go and find it. So look for our headband. There it is. No, not that. There it is. Equip. Cloak of Cunning Broom. Equip. Gloves of Archery is in here somewhere as well. There they are. Crusher's Ring. There's Caustic Band, which you have as well. There's Crusher's Ring. Get that extra 3 meters movement, so we're now moving at the same space as our companions, which are all on 12. Club of Hill Giant Strength, which would be at the top because it's a weapon. There it is. Safeguard Shield. There it is. That's it. From there, we go into the blue section. Now we are looking for Amulet of the Harpers, which is down the bottom. Amulets are down the bottom. There we go. Oh, I forgot to pick up our Amulet of Sylvanus, which we need. There it is. Boom. Put that in our inventory. Right, and then we need our crossbows. Where is it? Is that the force one, or is that? Yeah, it's one that does force damage to attach. Never miss her. And then we go into the pink barrel. We get our armor, adamantine scale mail. And we pick up a hellfire hand crossbow. And then finally we go and get our boots back, which is the disintegrating nightwalkers. And that should be all of our clothing. There we go. All literally carbon copy of what we were. But it's just handy to show you how it works in full. Normally I wouldn't do that to Tav because I know it's the same gear, but I wanted to show everyone how it worked effectively. Next thing is we are going to do an inventory check on Tav. Now, which is on the guide here. So we need a key ring, which is what these are for our Act 3 keys. It just keeps the weight limit down. We need all of the elixirs of bloodlust. Pick up those. Be careful not to drink one. Healing potions. It's up to you how you want to distribute them. I'm going to pick up 10, I think. There we go. 10-ish arrows of many targets. I'm going to pick up 8. What I'll do is I'll go through the entire character process, and any that are left over I'll probably just put on Tav. All the Misty Step scrolls, because then I know where to find them. 13, so we don't need any more of those. What's next? 1 scroll of remove curse. We are woefully down. We need like 3 more of those. Just got unlucky during our soiree through Act 1 and 2. 5 of the scrolls of revivify. Not that we've ever actually used one to my knowledge. Shovel, which we've always got on us. 5 smoke powder arrows. And then obviously our quest items: Catheric's Netherstone, the Astral Touch Tadpole, Mysterious Artifact, Quantith, Psionic Detector, and the Necromancy of Fae, plus all the equipped items. So right, I'm going to sort that out. There we go, that's better. So that puts on Tav on 30, weight of 230. So some of our weight's been taken up by that, which is fine. So then what I like to do is I always go to the same place. I turn off this standing torch here. I stand just inside this little doorway here. I zoom in, and then I put save game, new save, change name, and I just put Tav done. Okay, there we go. Next, because of the choices I choose during my gameplay and therefore this guide, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. We are now going to turn people into partial lithids. We start off with Karlach.
Soldier, this is it. We're almost to the city. First through Worm's Crossing, then on to the lower city. Oh, it smells the exact same. 10 years on, but still home. Incredible.
Right, tell me more about your relationship with Gortash.
He got his claws into me early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I liked that. Not like that, you know. Just, it felt like a good fit. I kept him safe and he paid me well. Well enough to move into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands, and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. One minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in Avernus with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't. Evil, evil bastard.
Right, talk to her again.
Copper for your thoughts?
Where are we? The Emperor has offered us a special tadpole. We'll become partial mind flayers, but we'll get great powers in turn.
Special tadpole? Bit of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? I don't even want a regular one. You're talking about turning into what? A half squid? Then again, you can pull it off better than most.
Quick save. Really think we should do this, Karlach? Boom. Easy pass.
You've got to be kidding. You really want me to become a partial illithid? Wasn't a decade in Avernus punishment enough?
Quick save. If we finish this and win, we'll be free. Really free. This one's a little bit harder, but that's why we've got Friends Cantrip.
Oh, I'm that easy to manipulate, am I? Where's that bloody worm? Stick it in my eye before I change my mind.
Wait for it.
Life pulses from within. The parasite's thoughts whisper at the edge of your mind. It wants to share itself with you. It wants to be let in.
Go on. Don't be afraid. It only wants to help you evolve.
Open your mind to it.
A coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens, its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast. The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
Perhaps, once the others see what you can do, they will consider trying it for themselves.
Here we go.
Wanna dance?
Partial Karlach listed. Off we go to Withers. Karlach is one of the ones that undergoes quite a significant change in their build.
Thou walkest alone. On all these harsh nights, thou hast sought no company.
You stand as proving.
Love is no domain of mine.
I would like to, love to, just to have for me.
Thus dost thou require, and as thou desire.
There we go. It's the same options again. It's the romance bit is your personal opinion depending on the character, and then we talk to them again and get to the change classes. You know, that's how it's done. Monk. First off, we take her stats. We take her strength down to 8. Her dex stays at 16. Constitution 15. 8 intelligence, and our wisdom goes up to 17. Excuse me. Her stats stays the same, acrobatics and stealth. Boom. The first thing we do before we do anything else is head over to the stash. Open it up. Go into the alien chest and we find the potion of everlasting vigor. If it's not here, you might have put it in a different place. If you cannot find it in your stash or on one of your characters, then just go back to one of the saves until you find it. We still do have the vigor potion where we know we've got it. So just go back in the save files until you find the last bit where you had, or back all the way back to the vigor potion save, and then you know you have it from then. Just play all the way through again. Unfortunately, that's what it's got to be done. But Karlach has it, so we are going to drink it. That puts our strength back up to 10, so we no longer have a minus. Because if a stat point is below 10, you get -1 for every 2 or part thereof it is minus. So now we do her respec. We go straight for level 2, we go rogue straight away, and we take perception, and for our expertise we take acrobatics and perception. There we go. Rogue level 2 for the bonus actions. Rogue level 3 for the extra secondary bonus action. Rogue level 4 for the feat. We take Tavern Mastery thing again, wherever it is. Tavern Brawler, sorry. Put our Constitution up to 16. And then we are back to Monk, and it is Monk all the way. Level 2, no choices, just go for it. Level 3, we get our same thing where the open hand subclass. Level 4 is another ability feat, and this time we go for ability improvement. We take 2 points of dexterity for armor class and initiative. Level 5, we just get the stunning strike and the extra attack. So because there's 4 attacks per round now, 2 attacks, then 2 offhands. Level 6, we get our manifestations. There we go. And we automatically straight away activate Where's it gone? Why is that radiant one over there? Manifestation of the soul. Radiant damage. Then we go into our box. Oh, sorry. Forgot to do something. Tadpoles. Let's go. We take Luck of the Far Realms. We take Charm. And we take Asanic Dominance. When an enemy within 18 meters of you with a spell of a level that is lower than your equals your proficiency bonus, you can use your reaction to nullify the spell. Proficiency bonus is your highest proficiency you have in the stat related to your class. So for monk, that's wisdom. At the moment, our wisdom is 17, so it bounds down to 16, so we've got +4. So we can automatically dispel a level 4 or lower spell with that. Then we're going to go into character sheet. We're going to find reactions, and we are going to turn off Luck of the Far Realms by using the toggles, and we're going to turn off Charm. The reason we turn off Charm is because it's based on our Charisma, which is 8. So the chance of it actually coming off is next to nothing, and it wastes our reaction. We also turn deflect missiles onto automatic and leave the deflect missiles redirect on ask, which is why you've got the little white square there. Same with Sonic Dominance, they are ask. Everything else can be automatic or off as per seen here. Now we get some gear. Alright. Her gear also comes under a little bit of a change, so let's start with the helm. We put back on our trusty haste helm because it is the best option she has at the moment. We go for a different armor set. We're going for the graceful cloth. We're going for our gloves of crushing, wherever they've gone. There they are. Boots of uninhibited Kashigo. Ones we've got from the end of Act 2. If you don't have those, you'll have to reload. Ring of Free Action. Ring of Protection. This is why we had the Ring of Free Action. Now, although level 9 Monk gives you that for free, we are not going to get to level 9 Monk because in this game the max level is 12 and we have to put 4 levels in Rogue. It means the highest level we're going to get into Monk is 8. So we take the Ring of Free Action. Ring of Protection like we've had for ages, and then we find our bow, which is the same bow she's had for most of the game, which is the Bow of Awareness. And there we go, and then we pick up her inventory stuff. Karlach is now done, so we can close that build guide, and let's look at Karlach's inventory. Torch and dyes, we've got all the equipped items we've got. So anything she actually needs on her is healing potions if you so decide. So we're going to pick up for up to 5 maximum if you've got them, supreme potion healings, and then we are going to take half of the elixir of giant strengths and put them in there then, and do a little bit of a swabby swab. There we go. And speaking of dye, I am going to be spending some dye, so we're going to do the boots, and we are going to do the armor. There we go, and then we're going to change over to the ranged, to melee, sorry, there we go. I've missed an amulet. Does she have an amulet? Let's open our build guide again. Just want to make sure we're not giving her an amulet at the moment. Yes, we are. I just forgot to pick it up. There it is. Perceptive room closure. Karlach's well done. I won't be removing these saves, so the reason is because if you're doing some testing later on in the game, you can come back and you won't have to respec all of your characters just to find out if one build works. You'll have to go back to the one where the build for the character you want to change and go from there.
Time to rest.
It saves a little bit of time if you want to do that. So done Karlak, we are then off to see Asti.
Worm's Crossing, the welcome mat of Baldur's Gate. This is it. I'm almost home.
Are you worried about Khazad finding your back?
I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike.
You really think we can beat him?
It's something of a gamble, true, but if I can win, if I can beat him, it would be worth any risk. So yes, I do worry about facing him. But if we can get his attention, finding the ritual's location will be much easier, and that could give me the edge I need.
I want to discuss the Astral Touch Tadpole.
Don't look at me like that. I know what you're going to say. The answer is no. No.
I wasn't going to ask you to use it.
Good. I wouldn't have anyway. If we master the tadpoles, it will be different. But right now, that mastery depends on an Elithid and its Githyanki's slave. I'm not going to submit to this. Don't ask me again.
There we go. And we don't. We just leave it at that. Off we go. Asti doesn't require a class respec at all. His spec doesn't change. His stats don't change. So just go up and grab his equipment. So let's get onto his build guide. Bump. Bump. Right, so now it's just remembering what it is. So go in here, we find the Dark Justicia helmet, equip the Knife of the Undermounted King, equip, go into the blue items. Oh no, I do that so often. Let's just do that, put everything back in place. There we go. Right. Dark Justicia half plate. Where's his ring? Risky ring. Titan string bow. Don't forget to pick up the Dark Cloak glaive for his inventory. What shoes? No, he has green shoes, isn't he? He's got green shoes. He doesn't have any of that. Oh, I should try to remember everything else. That one. Excuse me. Right. Strange conduit ring. No, that's the mental inhibition one. Where's the strange conduit? Shifter. There it is. Boots of striding. Amulet of Misty Step. No. Is it the Amulet of Misty Step? Yeah, it's either that or Brood Mother's Revenge. I go for Misty Step to save his spell slots. There we go. I think that's correct. Have we got everything? Doesn't have a cloak. Oh, his shield. Almost. Gloves. This isn't written down because I usually leave his gear on him. So it's trying to actually remember it. I'd say he doesn't have a cloak. His cloak is, he gets a different cloak later on. Right. We do his powers next. Yes, he does get a power. He gets Luck of the Far Realms. And that's it. Again, into Sketchy, into reactions, and turn that off. It can be used once per long rest, so we have to be careful about when we use it. Asti's done. Asti's inventory. The other empty keyring. Dun, 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 dun. All of the cloud strength elixirs, because he now only uses them. All of the oils of elixir accuracy, even, sorry. The potion of animal speaking. Potion of invisibility. We take the 30, the other 9 go to Tav. Arrows of fire. Arrows of many targets, again 10 of these. There are occasions where he needs to use them. Smoke powder arrows will take 4. Thieves tools, disarm kit, Stracred glaive tool. Yeah, that's it, we're done. It's Asti done. Asti's probably one of the easier ones to do. No, just going to go to the bathroom. Alright. Next. Back to
All
Tav.
that ends not as bad as it could have.
Off to Shadowheart. Apparently. Crazy assumes Shadowheart is in the team and she isn't because we've got Minthara. Aha! See, this is where the guide fails a little bit. Alright, okay. Okay, so Minthara isn't in my table at all. We're going to need to add her in. So we need that one, that one, that one, and that one. Right. Oh, can't spell her name. Minthara. That's better. Apologies. On the fly build guide editing. Love it or hate it, I still need to do it. Right, let's see what Minthara's got to say.
The next urchin that tries to pick my pocket will lose its hand.
Why not take its head?
If I take its head, how will it learn from its mistakes? Even here, a child deserves a second chance. I am reminded of the Breren, the stench streets of Menzoberranzan, where the sick and the outlawed make their homes. Despite the destitution, there is profit and opportunity to be found in such places, if one is willing to wade through the squalor.
Right, we've got quite a lot of chat, so we're going to go through it. It's your first time in Baldur's Gate.
Yes. I only know it through history books and hearsay. A city of murder and grief. I expect it will live up to its legend.
So again, told you need to update the written guide for those that will follow the written guide over the video. Curious about Menzoberranzan. Tell me about your home.
From the still, dark waters of Lake Donegarten to the black academies of Tierbresh, it is a city of wonders and terror. But it is not my home anymore. If I were to return, I would be denied all of its wonders and shown only the terror.
Would you return if you could?
If you had seen my city's splendor, you would not ask the question. I will miss it until the day I die. I am a daughter of Menzoberranzan's most ancient and powerful house, the Bainray. I lived a life of privilege and danger. My home was at the tallest point of Cuel Arzol, the place of the nobles, a plateau high above the city's sprawl. I enjoyed every luxury, whether harvested in the Underdark or stolen from the surface, and I survived my first assassination attempt while I still suckled at my mother's breast. I tasted her blood that day. She covered my body with her own, and a blade bit deep into her chest, almost puncturing her heart. When I came of age, she tried to take my life herself, and I gave her fresh scars to match those she earned protecting me.
A dangerous upbringing. It made you strong.
Yes. My house trained me to be a soldier in Loth's service, and my mother showed me how to survive the perils of society. She taught me to be resilient and to guard my heart from those who cannot be trusted. Literally, and figuratively. When I choose to let somebody close, I do not do so lightly. That gives a great depth of meaning to the bonds I do share.
You must be glad Ketheric is dead.
I take no pleasure in his passing. Whatever faults he may have had, Ketheric was a great leader.
You respected him.
Of course. He ruled Moonrise for centuries. That in itself deserves respect. I believe he was an honorable man, but the gods used him as their plaything. First, Shah and her sister, then the three behind the Absolute. I sympathize.
You're surprisingly soft-hearted sometimes.
It is a sharp mind that feels sympathy for one who suffers unnecessarily, not a soft heart. I saw strength in Ketheric that had been diluted by pain, but I will never forgive him for handing me to Orin. For that, I hope Merkel hollows out his bones and lets them be dust.
When did you first encounter the cult of the Absolute?
A true soul came to my city preaching a message of togetherness, accompanied by 2 novices. Menzoberranzan is not fertile ground for such messages. I killed them and hanged their bodies in my garden.
Decorative corpses, an interesting design choice.
I would have picked prettier corpses if my intentions had been aesthetic. This was a warning against heresy. I was not content with the warning, though. I intended to wage war on their insolent god and the rest of its followers. Even as the flesh sagged and sloughed away from their eyeless skulls, their audacity infuriated me. I had to know where they came from. And whoever sent them was counting on my curiosity overcoming my caution.
You followed their path back to Moonrise.
Yes. All it took was a simple act of necromancy, and the corpses told me where I needed to strike. Moonrise Towers.
You waged war against Moonrise?
No. I was prepared for combat, but I intended to strike subtly. As it turned out, to my shame, I was defeated without even drawing my weapon. I came to Moonrise with a retinue of warriors and assassins, the best House Bainray had to offer. I expected a battle, but found a fully laden feast table and a welcome befitting a house matron. Ketheric expected us, expected me, and I fell for his flattery.
Understandable. He gave you the welcome you felt you deserved.
Perhaps I deserved what came after the welcome as well. Ketheric proposed an alliance between Moonrise and Menzoberranzan. I admit I was captivated by him. He invited me to the head of his table as his guest of honor. I was wary, of course. If I had been in his position, the food would have been poisoned. It was not the food I should have been wary of. It was the pale woman at the foot of the table. Orin the Red. We had barely begun to eat when she spoke for the first time. I only caught one word, my name. Then, quick as lightning, she climbed onto the table, a dagger in each hand, and skipped toward me, slicing the throats out of my men as she passed them.
I don't know which is going to be better for us for approval rating, because we do need approval rating. The worst thing that can happen now is we get a disapproval. I don't want to say number 1. I think I'm going to have to go 3, and see how it lies. So we're going to go 3 and see what happens.
Few things frighten me.
Ah, good. Got it right. Good.
Orin is one of them. Ketherick held me still. His hand on my shoulder, the grip tight enough to crack the bone. When Orin stood before me, she touched the dagger to my eye, drawing out a tear of blood. "I want this one," she said. Ketherick nodded his permission, and I was taken below. You've seen the horrors of the colony. Orin kept me there for days. She forced me to watch as my men were processed. Some for food, others as thralls. And then she placed the tadpole in my eye herself.
You'll have your revenge.
That is certain. You know the rest as well as I do. There were massacres before the Grove. Religious communities mostly. Those who refused to convert. Then there was you, and now there is freedom. Soon there will be vengeance.
There we go. And now we do the tadpole bit. Oh.
We will need every advantage to survive the battles that are to come. And my illithid parasite has already shown its worth. If this superior tadpole is capable of unlocking my mind's full potential, it is a tempting proposition. Its influence on you is plain to see. You are sublime.
Use it. Become greater.
I will be unstoppable.
Life pulses from within.
This
The
doesn't
parasite's
change.
thoughts
This is
whisper
always
at
the
edge of your
same.
mind. It wants to share.
Go on. Don't
Open your
The
mind.
tadpoles that you feel.
perhaps.
There we go. That's that done. Now go on to
What
Mindara.
now?
We're off to Withers.
Thou walkest alone. On all these harsh nights, thou hast sought no company.
Oh. This is personal reference on romance questions. Then change your class. Bum, bum. Love this music. Right. Back to the game. My love lies none of your business, skeleton.
Love is no domain of mine, but it is
Oh, we
of
don't
the
want to talk about
sight,
this.
And thus thou
Back into
dost thou require,
look at my
as thou desire.
class. Find a build guide. There it is. Right. 10, 16, 17, 8, 14, 8. We didn't need to do this. I've just read on my guide, but never mind. Doesn't hurt to go through it quickly. Level up. Barb. Agile Fire Magic. Barb. Tavern Brawler. Constitution. Barb. Rogue Time. We take stealth, and then we take athletics and perception. All those pesky traps, etc. A rogue, level 2. Rogue level 3, go thief. Rogue level 4, ability improvement, get that dex up for the initiative and armor class. And the final level we go bard. I wasn't expecting that, was you? No. Minor illusion and mage hand. As for spells, we go with healing word because it's awesome. Cure wounds, we never use it, but it's a spell. Charm person, we never use it, but it's a spell, and that's the wrong one. And the one we actually want, which is disguise self. That's probably the only one we're going to use. The musical instrument is entirely your choice. I think I'm going to go Liar because I think it matches her rather than a lute. So we're going to go for that. That's what we're going to go for. As for a skill, let's have a look. What have we got options to? Let's go all the way to the bottom. We don't want persuasion. None of those are any good. Take that off. None of these are any good because these are only for basically the TAV, otherwise they don't work. We don't have any medicine checks, insights, strategy, animal, religion, nature, investigation. I'm tempted to take Arcana. What else have we got? Sleight of hand, she doesn't need. Acrobatics. Has been which is shoved, she's going to be ranged, so the likelihood of her being shoved is low. Plus you'll have a strength 21, so acrobatics is linked to dexterity, so it's going to be the strength that's going to be used to resist, so it'll be strength and athletics. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take Arcana. There we go. And she's got a liar on her back. I don't like liars. They're so cumbersome, but I still think it's more appropriate. We're going to go into the quest item bag and find one of the spider's liars that we should still have. There we go, because they look prettier. Do that. And then we're going to go into the junk trunk. Put that in there. Tighten that up. There we go. Okay. Now we need some gear. So we want the green barrel. The first thing we want is a hat back. The marksmanship hat. Bam. Boots. Gloves. Ring of flinging. Shapeshifter's boon was previously a ring I was using for Jaheira, but it works better on this character. Silver pendant. Get that guidance in our team. Returning pike. Where is it? There it is. Pick up our 3 spears again. And we should have a light crossbow somewhere. Not the Sharon crossbow, the light crossbow. That's going to be our missile weapon. Going to just sort that out now. We're missing quite a lot of stuff there. Okay, now into the blue wicker chest. And from this, we need the Enraging Heart Garb. No, that one. Boots of Genial Striding. Gloves of the Uninhibited Kashigo. think that's everything. Let's have a look. Yep. Switch to a pike. We need to dye the boots. And let's do. I think we might. I'm going to do the gloves as well, simply because I've got the dye and her gear doesn't change a lot. They were dyed. Okay, they just looked like they weren't because they're black and brown rather than black and blue. So, have we done the hat? I think we've done the hat. Yeah, you've got the blue band on the hat, so that's that done. I'm going to do the gladiatorial sandals as well. There we go. I don't like her overclothes. What have I got that can change that? Try that. Try the homely clothes. Asty's shirt. I didn't like those anyway, but I'll try those again. Try that one, that one. That's for someone else. Loafer in red. Will's earthy garb. We could try the Mesto shoes, I suppose. Try that as well. Right, let's do some costume changes, shall we? I don't like that one. That is definitely a no-no. We'll send it to camp. Right, let's try Asty's gear on. That's a no-no. That looks horrible. No. Ill. No. See, I don't like that on her either. That's the same as Tav. That looks better, but still doesn't look quite right. No, that's horrible. And that's going to be the same. Oh. Maybe. Right, let's try the shoes. The shoes look better as gladiatorial sandals or mesh toes? No, I think the sandals look better. Oh, I don't know. No, the sandals look better with the garb she's got on now. There's going to be more options as we go through the game. We'll find more overclothes that we can play around with. But it's definitely none of the ones I have at the moment. Right, there we go. Let's change her back. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh, tadpole powers. Boom. Now she's already got some because she was part of the Absolute. So she's already got charm, which is great. We'll turn it off in a minute because her charisma sucks. We are going to go Psionic Dominance. Oh, sorry. I forgot that was... I was going to do that. Where is the master copy of the build guide? Oh, why have you done that? Thank you. And Zara. Right, level equipment. That's all the same. Right. She already has charm. What's the other one she's got? And Psionic Backlash. Oh, they're two quite good ones actually. P-S-I-O-N. Add to this by taking Luck of the Far Realms and Psionic Dominance. I think we'll take that. Luck of the Far Realms and Sonic. There we go. Right, that's that updated on the master. I'll keep the master open so I can update the copy. Oh, yeah, I've got to add in this skill. Apparently I can't spell Arcana. There we go. Right. Save that. Add a note here to update the shared copy. There we go. Right, close that one, leave that one open. Back to the main guide itself so we can work on Minthara's what's it? Characters, reactions, turn off charm because her charisma's too low. Ask that one, ask for reckless attack, sneak attack's fine. Turn off Lark of the Far Realms and ask for Psionic Dominance. That's all good. Right. Inventory. We need some elixirs of giant strength. Bang. What else do we need? That's it. Oh, healing potions. Take the odd 8. Oh no, I don't know who's in my party, you know. Actually, those can all go on Tav because the party changes other than Tav and Karlak. The party changes a lot, so I'm going to leave those. So she just needs the elixirs of giant strength. No, what have I done? There we go. Elixirs of giant STRENGGH times 10. Shovel. Spears +1 times 3. Optional die. That's it. We've done Asti, we've done excuse me, we've done Karlak, and now we have done Minthara. Okay, that's Minthara done. Now we go to shop.
Worm's Crossing. We could be inside the city walls before long. And I could be back where this all started.
You mentioned Shah followers might be watching for us. You think we can use them to track down your parents?
I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go.
What should we be looking for?
Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
Talk to her again.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
There's these three here are there regardless, so you can ask her as many times as you like, but for some reason they never disappear, which is why I ignore them for the entire game. Join me.
It seems like you have ample company already. You'll need to figure out who you can live without before I can join.
Talk to her again. Option 4. Join me. Ask Min to leave. There we go. Oh, I've spelt that wrong. Oh my days, how many spelling mistakes because I'm making one sentence. 6 apparently, out of the 8 words.
Wonderful. I was beginning to feel it.
There we go.
My faith protects me.
Right. I do believe Shark requires a respec. Not sure what changes, but yes, okay, that's what changes. Fine. Let's go and speak to Withers again and get the romantic bit out of the way.
On all the
Don't want a partner.
love is no domain of mine, but it is
I bet
often
it's
and
doing.
thus dost thou require as thou
Fate spins along as it should.
dost thou require
Oh my
as
days.
thou desire.
Right, get on with it. Gee whiz. We'll go straight into fighter first off for our pink lady, and we take archery. We take our stats like last time. So first of all, we need to change our stat priority, which is included at the top. So we need to be putting our first stat here as charisma, and then our second stat here as dexterity. Then we go up, we nuke our strength down to 8, trash it totally, put our dexterity up to 16, our constitution stays 14, intelligence goes down to 8, 12, and that all goes all the way up to 16 as well. Bearing in mind we get a ring at some point that allows us to cast spells as a bonus action, so for Shart having a high charisma is quite important. As for her skills, we take acrobatics and perception for those dastardly traps. And then we go bard. And we take cantrip wise, Fisher's Mockery, Minor Illusion. Spells are Healing Word, Dissonant Whispers, Fairy Fire, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. And then we stay with the violin. That's my personal preference for Shart. You can choose your own musical instrument. And we also go Arcana on Shart, excuse me. Except Bard again, and Bard level 2, we take Charm Person, completely pointless spell. I wish I'd stopped doing that. There it is. We don't usually use it, but it is the best of the choices we have based on numerous factors. Bard level 3, and we take Hold Person, and we change her subclass. This time she becomes College of Valor, allowing her to use her combat inspiration on allies. The reason being, the ring we are going to get shortly into Act 3 allows her to cast certain spells as a bonus action, but they only come from actual normal ranged attacks, not from slashing flourish, not from arrows. So what we want to be doing is firing normal shots. So there's no point becoming a College of the Swords and get the slashing flourish, because half the time we don't use them. That means our bardic inspiration points become effectively useless. So we rather go the combat inspiration, because you can see here we can add our inspiration points to other people, and they come back on a long rest, because under this build we won't be doing level 5 Bard. We don't use Sharp that much, so it's not too much of an issue. For skills, we go Arcana again and Perception. Level 4, we take Mage Hand and Cloud of Daggers. And for an ability, we take Charisma to get our spellcasting ability up. Now we go into Fighter. Level 2. Level 3, and we go Battle Master again. And we're taking Precision Attack, Pushing Attack, and Trip Attack. Our main one being Trip Attack, Precision being second, and Pushing Attack never really being used, but it is the best out of the ones we have offer there. Level 4, we then take another ability improvement, which is the best ones we have, and we put our Dexterity up to 18 for our Armor class and Initiative. Then we go level 5, we get the extra attack, and then at level 10 we add in Rogue and take Skill Performance. Where is it? There it is. This then allows us to start working on the least obtained trophy, Busker, earning 100 gold from performance in one playthrough. You could get it a lot earlier than that, but expertise. We go down for religion, and again performance. Get that money in. There we go. Eventually, at level 12, Sharp will get Thief and get the extra bonus action, allowing us to do 2 spells. Is a general thought process. We don't have any illicit powers to look at or take, so Shark doesn't use Mind Flayer Parasites, so we can't even access the menu. Just wanted to show that there. So next we go for her gear. Wait, why is Shark not wearing her? She is, okay, that's fine. I just wondered why it wasn't on. Put that in there. Put her the gold in there. There we go. That's her original violin. Go right. Gear wise, let's find a level 10 respect. There it is. Okay, based on the fact that Shark will be concentrating on spells a lot, we need to bust up her constitution and help her concentrate. So, first thing we're going to take is the Flawed Helldusk Helm. Gives her a +2 saving throw, but more importantly, gives it that constitution saving throw bonus. We take the Cloak of Elemental Absorption, which allows her to defend against some elemental spells. We're back to the UNT Scale Armor. One of the best mid armors in the game. Oh, excuse me. Amulet of Restoration for those 2 lovely spells. Ketheric's Shield, because it gives her the spell save DC and spell attack rolls, allowing her spells to come off easier and making it harder for people to resist the spells. Also gives her advantage on any dexterity saving throws she needs to make, such as acrobatics, etc. And then of course we're going for the Bow of the Banshee. Get that fear on people, stop them from moving is the general idea. Into the green box then, I'm picking up Mel's first star for that spell DC again. like we did last time. We're looking for her boots of aid and comfort for when she heals people. And then we are after what's next? Whispering Promise, Ring of Salving, wherever that's gone. I think that's it. I think she's done. Let's have a look. Yep. Oh, hold on. Let's get there we go. It's a shame. I don't understand why the white skull is there with the blue hand over it, representing the absolute, but I wish it wasn't. I'm sure some way you could get rid of that, but there isn't. So that's our pink lady. Not so pink now, but we'll soon change that. Applying some dye on her helm. That's it, and on the cloak. There she is. Change it to range. There we go, even more pink lady. Right, Chart is done, so over and do the save. Back to Tav. Now we get Halsin wherever he is. Normally he's here, but we have him in Thara, so I'm not sure where he's gone. Oh, he's there. Weird place to put him.
When I first met you, saving yourself from Ceremorphosis was your greatest wish. And yet now, you've stepped closer to embracing it. I trust your leadership and respect your decisions, but I truly hope this is not something we come to regret.
Have you heard from Thaniel since we moved on?
I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
What's the next one? I'm glad Jaheira is traveling with us. Did you know her from before?
Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm, but on the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt.
You seem to admire her greatly.
There is much to admire, judging by the stories. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Defended the Grove, Korga, the Shadow Druids. At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal.
Okay, so the other two options are completely up to you. They will stay there, so you can either go through them now, or you can go through them at a later time. For the purpose of expediency, I am going to leave them and just go to I need you by my side.
An unwieldy number. You must cut someone loose before I can join you.
You can take Asterian's place. He'll stay here at camp.
Ready at your side.
Then we go to Jaheira.
Our enemies spread like rub rot. Treat one patch, and two more bloom in its place. An elder brain, bound by lost Netherese magic, with servants of the dead three holding the chain. Reminds me of old times.
You almost seem like you're enjoying yourself.
Aren't you?
I'm beginning to.
When we met, I was licking my wounds. An old bear with her leg caught in the hunter's snare. Now I've slipped free of the trap and rediscovered my claws. It's time for me to hunt my prey. You have a nether stone, and you're on the scent of 2 more. These chosen have reason to fear you, and I would like to be at your side when you confront them.
I'd be glad to have you by my side.
Glad to be there. Falling foul of Ketheric convinced me that my grand adventures were behind me. That even if I survived, I should hang up my blades. But you convinced me otherwise. We ventured into darkness together. Now we've come out the other side. I'd say I'm feeling a little refreshed. When we reach Baldur's Gate, there will be even darker paths to tread. I will follow you wherever they lead.
Join me now.
You're amply reinforced already. I'll let the new blood do all the running around. For now. With the Absolute's army gone, the Risen Road should be clear. We can follow it all the way to Baldur's Gate. There's a Harper's safe house in Worm's Crossing. Denthalen's Dancing X. We do well to check in with them before entering the city proper. Beyond that, our course is yours to set. I can recall how to take orders, as well as give them.
Take Karlak's place.
Not fair. Camp is boring.
Then let us be about it.
Alright. Let's go and find Lae'zel. Got around Karlak, down this little hill. Then we find her punching an alien. Oh, it's a gay mind flare.
Inconceivable that we would seek release from one tadpole only for you to commune with another. I'd chide you if my mind were not consumed by the sight of Orpheus within his domed prison. The Prince of the Comet lives, but make no mistake. I can see the change in you, feel the parasite worming its way through you even further. You have invited your own misery. I will not break our alliance for it, but I will not condone it.
Options. Where are we? Do you think the egg is doing well?
The air grows ever warmer, the hum of life within it louder. It may yet hatch, though not soon by my estimation. In its heat lives stimulation, and in its throbbing, exhilaration. An effigy of Githyanki future, incubated inside a fragile shell.
You're getting attached. So I'll start calling you Mummy Lae'zel.
Only if you want me to roast you over a campfire, using my blade as a spit. But it is true that I feel some manner of responsibility for this unhatched whelp. After we free Orpheus, we can revisit the matter. If the egg hatches beforehand, well, we will shield it from the Lich Queen's zealots. Whatever may come, I will not let Vlaakith poison the fledgling with lies.
We should keep it in camp, away from danger.
A camp once visited by a scheming devil is no safe haven for the unhatched. It has afforded us as much disquiet as it has rest. Leave the egg with me. There's no need for further discussion.
Leave. Talk to Lisa.
Halsin's proved himself a fine ally already. He'll be useful in battle, if those tree trunk arms are an indication. What about him?
Okay, this is different. That's a change to the dialogue. Gonna need to update the written guide, unfortunately. Continue, and then we get one. Oh, okay, it might just be one additional option. Why is he called the Prince of the Comet?
The historical slates describe Orpheus as a fearsome, terrible creature, powerful beyond measure, and enthralled by the Geich. So mad with power, he'd smash through the Githyanki Empire and deliver the shards to his illithid masters. And glowing with such psionic force that he and his red dragon blazed a trail through the skies. A lethal comet careening towards my people. Lies, of course. Vlaakith spread a false image of Orpheus as monstrous betrayer, and her knights as the butchers who sliced him through. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So great is the comet, it could shatter her reign.
Why did Vlaakith keep Orpheus alive all those millennia ago?
The Emperor may be loathsome, but it's right. Orpheus can disrupt a Geich hive mind. A talent like that makes the Prince a powerful shield and a powerful weapon. Why destroy a weapon like that when you can contain it in a relic and keep it for yourself?
Who were the hostile Githyanki in the prison?
Orpheus's honor guard, loyal to the end. Trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their noble prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. They see us as Geich, tadpoled husks in the Emperor's thrall. I regret their deaths, but I pledge to live as they perished, in the service of Gith's son.
Why would Vlaakith want Orpheus dead now if he's so valuable alive?
A weapon is only an asset for as long as it isn't pointed at you. The means of Vlaakith's own end has been ripped away from her. Better to have Orpheus killed than to risk his escape. Better to risk the rise of illithids than let the Prince of the Comet deny her the godhood she craves.
On to other matters.
Very well.
I'd like you to join me.
You're full up. Dismiss someone first.
Take Shadowheart's place.
Ready for battle.
Talk to her again.
Baldur's Gate at last. We should find Sharess's caress. Voss will be waiting.
The Emperor's astral touch tadpole promises exceptional power.
It also promises to break us beyond repair. This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less. Do you not feel the cold where once there was heat? The void where your soul once resided?
It's not like that, Lozelle. Except the astral touch's tadpole power, you'll be unstoppable. Only just.
Galik, the Elder Brain. It could be the harbinger of the grand design and the doom of the Githyanki. The end time of the 16 planes will be upon us, and the Astral would be the first to fall. Very well. I will accept what this damnable Geichrok has to offer. Yisk Githkar Tafki Krashet.
I was supposed to do a quick save before making that dice roll. I just didn't bother. Leave. Wait for the scene.
Life, it wants to
Go on.
a coldness see the tadpole you feel.
The options, the speech is exactly the same for every single person. So, yeah. Right, I'm just going to check Lae'zel. I think we're on the correct build. So let's have a look. 17, 10, 16, 8, 14, 8. Yep. We did all of that. We took the +1 from athlete to make our strength 18. Fighter level 7. Yes. 3 levels in rogue. Yes. Fine. Yes. So we don't actually need to respec her because we did it in Act 2 when we recruited her just before you went into the Illithid colony, the Gate colony. So this is just going to be for the Illithid powers and gearing. So let's do the Illithid powers first. Oh, keep doing that. Right, she's got those 5, which is fantastic. We take Charm. The only reason we take Charm is so we can get access to Psionic... Oh, no, wait a minute. Excuse me, update please. Psionic Dominance. We then also take Luck of the Far Realms. And where we're getting low on tadpoles, don't worry about that. And then we come down here for Cull of the Week. Boom. Into character sheet, into reactions, turn off Charm, turn off Luck of the Far Realms, make sure Psionic Dominance and Riposte is on Ask. And for Lae'zel, we also turn off Opportunity Attack, because if we get an Opportunity Attack... Oh, actually, do we? No, we're going to put Opportunity on to Ask, because we may want to save our reaction for Riposte or Psionic Dominance. We only get 1 reaction per turn, so we want to be able to choose which one we do. It's not so bad with the other characters because they've usually only got 1 or 2 depending on various circumstances. Lae'zel's got more. So, oh, there we go. See, I told you that door is so close to that stash. It's quite annoying. Right, on to equipment. Let's go. So we're going into the green box, or the barrel I should say. Let's just a quick sort of a gear. Right, so we don't have a helm for Lae'zel to start off with. We'll find one later. Fresh melted cloak, Eversight ring, which is there to stop her being blind, which makes her attacks at a disadvantage. We don't want that. Ring of mind shielding. Where's it gone? Have I put that on a... No, I changed it. I changed it because the ring of mind shielding is on a different character. So we take Sunwalker's gift, I think. Let me just double check the master copy. I think I updated the master copy and didn't pop it onto the shared copy, and I'm using the shared copies to make sure they are correct. There's Lae'zel. Yeah, we go for Sunwalker's gift. Yeah, I didn't update the shared copy. My bad. Right, let me just make sure then everything else is the same and there's not been any other changes. Put that on that screen. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Close down the master copy, keep the shared copy open because that's the only difference. Aberration Hunter's Amulet. This gives advantage on intelligence throws. Also, aberrations have disadvantage on attack rolls. Plus, we've got the ancient grudges if we come across a lot of aberrations. Then we're into the legendary box, and we take out our silver sword of the astral plane. Oh, so good. Okay, and also the Helldusk armor. Boom. Into the blue box box, wicker chest. And from here, we want the Swicer shoes. Whose I can't pronounce it properly ever. I think that's it. Yep, and then we want the gloves of dexterity from Corga's chest. There they are. That should give her, other than a helm, it should give her... Oh, and a bow. Forgot to get her bow. Back onto the dark fire short bow, that's it. There we go. The reason we take the dark fire short bow for Lae'zel is not because of the actual thing, it's because it's got resistance to fire and cold damage. And our armour also gives us resistance to fire damage, cannot be burnt. So we've got double resistance to fire damage plus resistance to cold damage. There's not a lot of cold damage in the game, but what there is can be quite damaging. We switch over to our melee. There's her big sword. Uber sword. Right, let's get her dyed up. There we go. It looks a lot better when she gets her proper armour on, but for now that looks okay. When she gets her proper armour and gloves on, it looks way better. Oh, wait a minute, I've just noticed something. Her sword, is that sticking through her arm? Yep, that is sticking straight through her wrist. Awesome. Awesome. That's Lae'zel done. Oh, we didn't do her. Yes, we did. We did. I forgot. We did do that. Sorry. So many things going from my brain at the moment. How is it? Right, now we've got to do our inventory. Not sure if my mic picked that up. That was a hefty truck going down our road. Right, we need some elixirs of heroism. Boom, got those. We need the Githyanki egg, the torch, the shovel, Hadai, and Haramarath. Is Haramarath a green or a blue? I think it's a green, isn't it? Yep, there it is. Now she's done, but I've already done the save, so it's not too much of an issue.
At least things have stayed
right.
Interesting.
Who's next? Oh, excuse me. Halsin. Halsin. Oh, we don't need to, it's already in the team. First thing we do is unequip his torch. There we go.
I shall be here in thy camp, as thou desire.
This is only the first time we've spoken to Withers as Halsin, so he doesn't get the romantic plotline yet. Okay, so we become Druid level 1, yes. We take guidance and resistance. His stats, we tank our strength down to 8. We want, that's the right stats, they're just in the wrong order. So we take wisdom to constitution, and then dexterity becomes wisdom. We tank our charisma because it doesn't need it. Wisdom 16, intelligence 8, constitution 17, dex 15. Yeah, I know. Weird stat line, eh? We go arcana and nature. Level 2, and we go Circle of the Stars, which is the new one for druids as of patch 8, I think it was. We take Healing Word, Fairy Fire, Enhanced Leap, Long Strider, and Create Destroy Water. Level 3, we remove Fairy Fire and Long Strider and Ice Knife, and we add in Hold Person, Spike Growth, and Enhance Ability. Now we go into Cleric. Cleric level 1. And we take Sacred Flame, Thaumaturgy, and Bursting Sinew. And we go for Light Domain. We do not take Salune. We take Myliki, I think it's pronounced. Apologies if I got it wrong. We stay with Religion and Medicine. And then for spells here, we take Sanctuary, Command, Bless, and Guiding Bolt. Cleric level 2. Right, this is a bug. It has been reported, but every time we level up Halcyon, as a cleric, it asks us to for the deity. So we have no choice but just to continue. We ignore the spells until we get to level 10. It's just easier. So that's level 2. So it says there, Halcyon level 6, cleric level 3. So the level 6 is what we need to keep an eye on. We just continue, accept. Level 7, that's fine. We take a cantrip here, Toll the Dead, continuing, and then we take Ability Improvement, and we take Dexterity and Constitution. And again, spells. Level 5, so level 8 in total. Confirm the deity, skip the spells. And then level 6, which is level 9 overall. Confirm the deity, skip the spells. There we go. Halcyon's level 10. This is where we need to do our spells. Cleric level 7. Confirm the deity, remove all spells. Alright, then down to level 1 spells. And we take Sanctuary. Command, Bless, up to level 2, and we take Aid, Prayer of Healing, up to level 3, Spiritual Weapon on level 2, and Blindness. And then at level 3 we take Remove Curse, Spirit Guardians, and Mass Healing Word. The game will now automatically split into Jaheira because a section of the community way back when didn't like the fact that you would have to select the next character. So Larian Studios put this in where you automatically go to the character. There's no option where you can turn this off where, like me, you want to do character each time. This is another big rant you may can tell from my voice tone, but it does annoy me because now I have to exit. I just want to stay on Halcyon and sort Halcyon out before I go on to the next character. Halcyon is not infected by a tadpole and therefore cannot have tadpole powers, so we just ignore that part. Next, we go in here and we unequip all of his stuff. Some of it I like to keep, like his overclothes. I could test that on what's it actually. I do like to not sell his leather armor, grove tender boots, and Druid braces, and then the tasteful boots go in the junk trunk. There we go. Right, as for his gear, most of his gear we've had a lot for a long time, and most of it is green gear. So first of all, we go for the Holy Lance helm, and then we go for the Viva sheet. See that cloak? Oh, equip the luminous armor, the spine shudder amulet, and then from there we go for the luminous gloves. They're blue coruscation ring, or however to pronounce it, callus glow ring. That's a pink item. Right, okay, that's that done. We go into the blue section and we want, oh excuse me, the wicked chest, blue one, and we take the vital conduit boots. Into the pink Cargus chest, and we're after the shield of devotion, and then into the legendary, and we want the blood of Lathandir. Now for actual inventory. This is why I've been saving a shovel. Here's a shovel. We'll go into the camp supply pack. No, sorry, the alien chest. Oh, I'm getting tired. Pick up his dye, which is the white and scarlet. That's the dye I prefer for him. And then he also has the, I want to say vigilance, or is it Colossus? No, it's vigilance. Does he have vigilance? Eek, panic. Huh. He shares heroism with Lae'zel. Okay, that's interesting. I hadn't realised that. Where's Lae'zel? There she is. We're going to split. I'm going to take 2. The reason I'm only taking 2 is because although this build is completely viable for Halsin, I actually don't use him at all. The build is viable, it works, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just there are better builds that we have, and frankly I prefer those, but here's an option if you want to use him. I'm going to dye him up. I didn't pick up the gladiatorial sandals for him. I thought I did his cloak, it's not showing as I did. Let's try again. I've got more than enough dye for him. Nope, it still doesn't appear to apply the dye to that cloak. How very strange. Or his helm. Oh well. That's Halsin done. Anyway. Okay, I'm just going to put my desk into its seated position. There we go. That's better. Sitting down now. Oh, right. That's housing done, as I said. On to Jaheira. So, let's go and find Withers. Do. Oh, excuse me.
I shall be here in thy camp, as thou desire.
There we go. Right, housing's build is done. Oh, excuse me, Jaheira. We go Druid level 1. We take Guidance and Resistance because they're the two most useful. Tank her Strength, her Charisma, and her Intelligence. Her Wisdom goes down to... oh, we've got to change this around again. Right, so Wisdom becomes Dexterity. Constitution becomes Wisdom. Wisdom goes to 16. Dex goes to 15. And sorry, Constitution goes to 15. Dex goes to 17. Skill-wise, we're taking Perception and Survival because she has access to them, and so they're awesome. Level up. Druid level 2. Circle of the Moon. Clear the spells. Healing Word. Conjure, Destroy Water. Enhance Sleep. Fairy Fire. Ice Knife. Level 3. Remove Ice Knife and Lesser Restoration. Add Spiked Growth and Flaming Sphere. Druid level 4. Thorn Whip. Tavern Brawler. Constitution 16, spells, remove Ice Knife, add Hold Person. Level 5, remove Ice Knife, add Cool Lightning, I believe. Yeah, I was right. Level 6, remove Ice Knife, add Plant Growth. Level 7, remove Ice Knife, add Ice Storm. Level 8, Resilient Dexterity. Remove Ice Knife, add Daylight. Nine. Remove Ice Knife, add Miss Cure Wounds. Level 10. Poison Spray, remove Ice Knife, add Insect Plague. There we go. Let's go and get some stuff, but first of all we do what we did with House Sin. I actually keep her shoes on because I think they look quite cool. Again, she has no tadpole or tadpole powers. Right, so into the gilded chest of things I should sell, but I won't. Her leather armor, her boots, gloves, no. Into the junk trunk. Add the gloves out over to this little burlap sack, and we pop her alchemy pouch and her camp supply back in there. Right, now let's find her some equipment, shall we? So she can actually, you know, do things. Cloak of protection. Wondrous gloves. Where's? Oh, I've put the wondrous. Why isn't Sharp wearing those? Did I put the wrong gloves on Sharp? That'd be interesting. And they've gone to the wrong person anyway. Lays out. No, they should be on Sharp. No, I just didn't give Sharp any gloves. Oops. I can't dye them, but it looks like they're already dyed anyway, so that's fine. Wondrous gloves must be blue gloves then, I think. Spurred band. And a hunting short bow. Yeah, they are, there they are. There's wondrous gloves. Ring of poison resistance, I believe. Uh-oh. No, why does the game hate me? Oh, they should be on Jaheira. That should be on Jaheira. Damn it. Right, that's sorted that mess out. Ring of poison resistance, please. On to Jaheira. Thank you. Hide armor +2. On to Jaheira. Defender flail, equip. Sentinel shield, equip. I think we're done now. I think we're done. Boots. Evasive shoes. Equip. She should be missing an amulet and a hat, because we get those quite soon. Right. Now for into inventory, we pick up a torch and a shovel. Alright, now I said I don't edit takes, but that was a near 3-hour video, and I had some technical issues at the very end of part 1, so I had to, all I've done is just clipped out the technical issues part. I've not done anything in, as you can see, we're still just about to send the scrolls of Verified to Shadowheart. I haven't missed anything, I haven't changed any content, I've just literally cut off a section from the first part before the interlude, just where the technical issues started messing around. I still don't know what happened. I've done a whole system check, everything is fine. I really don't know what happened there, so apologies for the interruption of service. Let's get back on to it, get this episode done. So as I was saying, we send the scrolls of verification. They should have been sent to shards anyway, and so should the elixir of Colossus. So I'll send those now. Looks like I just accidentally skipped out on that, as should the some of those. My days, it looks like I missed out on Shart's inventory. Why did I do that? And she also has the smoke powder arrows as well. Weird. Jaheira picks up her die. That's the blue one. So she's got her elixirs and her dye. Sorry, that's thrown me, that has. I apologise. Let's go into inventory and there we go. Okay, just a couple of notes. She's not proficient with her bow or her flail. However, the flail's got the steel physiology, which means reducing incoming bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage by 1. And the hunting short bow has got the advantage against monstrosity type enemies. Both of those effects still work, even though she's not proficient with the weapon. And most of the time she's going to be in an animal form anyway. So we will be using wild shape. Where is it? Saber-toothed tiger. 90% of the time we're going to be in wild shape form. So her weapons don't actually matter. We're using them as an old term, stat stick. And that's it. Use her die. And because most of the time she is in a wild shape form, we have to use items that work while she is in her wild shape form, and so that's why we've got the items we've got. Jaheira. Jaheira. There we go. Oh, we're getting there. We are done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, not bad. Not bad at all.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Over to Bree.
This vessel is at thy disposal. Do what thou wilt.
Follow me.
The vessel only stares blankly. You'll need to make room in your party first.
Halcyon can step aside.
This soul awaits thy command. What to do?
Level her up. Where's Bree's guide? There it is. Where are we? Into wizard. Wizard level 6. So she gets a transmutation stone. Anything you like. Let's take. I don't know. Something looks interesting. Vampiric touch. Why not? And hypnotic pattern, because it doesn't matter. There we go. We're going to craft some potions. So we've got to find her enhance ability, find wisdom, level 2, cast. Oh, too quick. Oh, still too quick. Come on. That's it. Into alchemy, into extracts. Into solutions, coatings. We can't do oil of actually. That is the only one we care about. Apparently I've just made a basic potion because I did a misclick. We don't care about any of those. We're going to potions. We can't do any potions of visibility or supreme. We'll do one superior though, just because we can. Elixirs. Elixir of heroism, yes please. Elixir of psychic resistance, they're quite expensive, so we will make 2 of those, which is, by the sounds of it, doubled to 4. Elixir of Colossus, we'll make 1 of those. Probably 2 now. That's it. We don't need anything else. Wait for the notifications to finish. Okay, so the Elixirs of Heroism, they go to Lae'zel, I think. Yep. The Elixir of Colossus go to our Pink Lady Sharp. The basic poison shouldn't have been made anyway, but we'll send that to Josie. Tav. Same with the elixirs of psychic resistance. We never use them, but they do sell. So mark them as wares, send them off. And the potions can go to Tav as well. Oh, excuse me. Save game. Save game. Is that done? Wrong person. Go to Tav. Talk to Gale.
A savvy move recruiting Halcyon into our cause. While I'm adept at most forms of weave manipulation, druidic magic is not my area of expertise. He will make for a most useful option to have in reserve.
Join me, why don't you? There's plenty of adventure to be had.
I'd be delighted. Though, someone else will need to watch the cook pot, of course.
We are kicking out Lae'zel.
Wonderful. Lead on, then. Which way to the nearest library?
Talk to him again.
My time is yours. What do you need?
We've been given a rare gift, an astral-touched tadpole with the power to grant new, partial illithid form.
I can only imagine what I could do were I to adopt the biology of a mind flayer. Certainly doesn't seem to have done you any harm. Or rather, you've not yet done me any harm. Still, there are undoubtedly risks to such a transformation.
Quick save. Persuasion. Go. Easily done.
If this is what the fates have offered to aid our cause, then who am I to refuse? I'll take your tadpole. Let's see what it has to offer.
Wait for the scene.
Life it once.
Again, it hasn't changed from the first time, so just skip all the way through it. As long as you get that, open your mind to it, you're fine. Right, that's that done. Gale joins the ranks of us partial illithids. Gale, over to Withers.
Thou hast now a bosom companion. Take care that thou art not distracted on thy quest, seeking the comforts. Recall that it dost thou require as thou desire.
Okay, Gale, level 10. We actually start off as a fighter now, and we take 2 weapon fighting, and then we need to change strength to intelligence because, you know, wizard, and constitution becomes dexterity. We tank our strength, charisma and our strength go down to 8 because they're not needed. Dexterity up to 16, constitution 14, wisdom 12, and then the rest goes into intelligence to make it 16 because he's a wizard, Harry. As for his skills, we take acrobatics and find the other dot, take it out of wherever it is, put it into perception. Level up. Fighter for action surge. And then now we switch back into wizard. And it's exactly the same as what we were. Bursting you Firebolt and Ray of Frost. Or in this case, I'm going Firebolt, bursting you Shocking Grasp. Dump all that lot because they're all wrong. We want to be taking Mage Armor, Magic Missile. Excuse me. What is going on? Back up. Let's try that again, shall we? Bugged. Bugged. Let's try that again. That's better. Mage armor, magic missile, chromatic orb, shield, enhanced sleep, long strider. So what we're doing here is with Gal, you got two sets of spells. The set of spells that he has memorized and then go into his book, which you can access and change, and then a set of spells that he can automatically cast. At the moment, excuse me, we are doing his memorized spells, which is the 6 you can see on the screen, and then we move to his prepared spells. And the difference is these are the ones he can cast. So we take Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Enhanced Leap, and Shield. Level 2, we go Evocation, and then we take Grease and Ice Knife, although we never use them. Level 3, and we take Misty Step and Hold Person. Move Quasit and Chromatic Orb. There we go. Level 4. Toll the Dead. As the cantrip. Knock and Mirror Image. And we take Ability Improvement Intelligence. At this point we take, I'll just take Knock here I think. This is level 7, or character level 7, sorry, this is level 5. Remove Curse and Counter Spell. Let's remove Curse, where's Counter Spell? There it is. There we go. There's level 6, and we take Flaming Sphere. Fireball. Wizard level 9, and we take Wizard level 8, sorry. Character level 9. Oh, I don't know where I'm at now. I am so tired. No, we need Ice Storm. Yeah, Ice Storm, Great and Viz, which means we're on Wizard level 7. Jeez, it's so confusing. I'll sort his spells out at the appropriate level. What level now? Right, so we're Gale level 10, which is our last level, and Wizard level 8. Right. So now we take Blight and Dimension Door, and then we take Dual Wielder to allow us to hold 2 weapons. Now we just crunch all of his spells off, and then we take the ones we need. So again, we go Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Enhanced Sleep, Misty Step, Hold Person, and Knock. No, Misty Step, Knock, oh sorry, and Shield. That's better. Make sure we get it right. Then we take Hold Person, Counterspell and Remove Curse. Down for Long Strider. Up for Ice Storm and I haven't got the last one noted. That was on the bottom of the screen. Fine. Chromatic orb. That's it, and for now, that's all the spells. Right, that's his level process done, so let's go and find him some gear. And we need to do his illicit powers. Oh, that's better. Sorry about that. It's on the wrong screen. I always do that. Right, so we start off with those, the center ones, as per normal. First thing we do is get Luck of the Fire Realms, because it's just too good. Attack roll includes spell attack rolls. We then need to come over. Is it? Yeah, we need to get Shield of Thralls. And then we need to get Free Cast. And the last two tadpoles are used on Charm and Psionic Dominance. Much like the others, we then go into his reactions. We turn off Charm because his charisma's too low. Luck of the Far Realms because we use it in specific circumstances. We also turn off the high level shield because shield at high levels does nothing. We also turn off the opportunity attack because he's not built for melee, so if someone walks away from him, it really doesn't matter. And if someone's that close to Gale, my characters have done something very, very wrong. We've shield level 1 and we leave all of the counter spells on and Psionic Dominance, all with Ask. Make sure Ask is on before you go any further. There we go. Okay, let's have a quick shifty. There we go. Right, now let's look at his equipment. It's pretty much what we had on him, but it's as I said, it's sometimes just a little bit easier to have a clear house, make sure everything's wearing on the same people. So, Fistbreaker Helm, Procty Sparks Wall, there it is, Spell Sparkler. Into Korga's chest and find the incandescent staff. That's that. Oh, and we also have in his inventory, I'm going to do it now, is the Spellcrox amulet. And then everything else is in the wooden barrel for him. Ring of Mental Infusion, Ring of Absolute Force, Boots of Stormy Clamour, Gloves of Belligerent Skies, Psychic Spark, he doesn't have a missile weapon to start off with, or a cloak, which is fine. That's him done. Right, now what's he carrying in his inventory? I bet I can guess some of the items. Right, so then we take all of the Supreme Elixir of Arcane Cultivation, the Scrolls of Ice Storm, the Scrolls of Magic Missile, Scroll of Sunbeam. No, it doesn't take that. We don't need that yet. Leave that alone. That needs to be changed. Optional die, and then all of his equipped items, etc. So that's him done. I'm going to send the remaining arrows and melee targets to Tav, because I don't know where to put. Ooh, excuse me. Right, Gale's done. There we go. And there. Right, now we've got to get our starting team sorted. Which is, we are first of all going to have Shart.
It's about time Halsin actually stepped up and joined us properly. He's certainly been taking up space at camp for long enough.
Join me.
Seems like you have ample company already.
Bree can stay at camp.
Lead the way then.
And then down for Karlach.
Halsin is one hench elf. You know I'm up for it, but your party's a little full.
Sorry about that, I jumped in a bit of a head there. Swap out with Jaheira.
Now.
Down for Lae'zel.
I'm listening.
Lady, join me.
Dismissed.
Go
Well
do the
chosen.
rest. There we go. Ooh. Find the quest backpack or whatever you're putting in and place the astral touch tadpole. We don't need it anymore. There are what, 5 people that are not partial. That's Bree, who can't use it. Halsin can't use it. Jaheira can't use it. We're not forcing Astarion, even though the role was there, and we're not forcing Sharp because, frankly, those two don't need it. Nor do the people that have it have got it, but then their builds are way stronger with it in, and or they might need it at a later point, so it's easier to get them with it right now because they're more pliable in their dialogue options. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Now we need some gold. We pick up the 10k gold. We pick up the sentient amulet. Oh, come on. And we grab the. Do I want to take pork loin or do I want to leave it in there? I'm going to leave the pork loin in there. We're going to do a save now. Act 3 stash. So there we go. Load game. Quick save. Yep. So that whole thing took 2.5 hours. Alright, so in our stash we should have about 55 to 60,000 gold. We should have all the quest items noted here, give or take 1 or 2 depending on whether you picked them up or not, or sold them, etc. Got all our camps of 13 camp supply packs, give or take a couple. And then into the alien chest. So in here we should have our elixirs of guileful movement for the last character that's going to join the party later on. Sure, about 10 to 15 dragon slaying arrows, and the same for the construct arrows. The fiend slaying arrows are completely optional, they're not needed, but certainly useful as we go on. Then you've got up the dimension door scrolls up to 8, up to 6 remove curse scrolls, excluding the one in Tav. With the one in Tav's inventory, that's 7 in total. 1 scroll of Sunbeam, 1 scroll of Orb of Invulnerability. Regardless of how you got them, you should have 1 of each of those by now. In addition to that, any particular die you may be keeping for any reason, and that should be the only things in there. Then you've got the The gilded chest, which is our dumping ground for items that you might like the look of or are interesting to you, but you don't want to sell them for whatever reason, they go in there. In the heavy chest, we should have the Selune Spear of Night. In the pink chest, we should have the Killer's Sweetheart. I have kept the Justiciar's Scimitar for unknown reasons, and I've kept the Halberd of Vigilance again, just because I can. I might do some build testing at some point, or might just use them because they're better. They're not better, but you know, that's that. Those two items. So if you don't have those in your box, that's completely fine. Into the blues then. We have the Moonlight Glaive. Apparently that can be sold. Punch Drunk Club. Flawed Helldusk Armor. That's junk. Adamantine Shield. Ring of Mind Shielding. Justiciar's Great Shield. That's again completely optional. You could have sold it, or you may have it on your fence. Next we've got the Acrobat Shoes. Braces of Defense. They can go. Flawed Helldusk Gloves and the Amulet of Lost Voices. So we need to add in the Ring of Mind Shielding instead of the boots. That's updated that list. Oh, spelling mistake again, of course. Two of them, in fact. Right, into the green items then. Got that one in here. We should have the Lightning Jabber, Scimitar +1 from Jaheira, can be sold. Sharon Crossbow, which we need to keep. Sylvan Scimitar, which we keep. Slippery Chain Shirt. Absolute Wallboard. Shadow Cloaked Ring. Oh, I need to add these in. Okay. Sylvan Cinema, Slippery Chainmail. Oh, it's after the Wallboard. Absolute Wallboard. There. Shadow Cloaked Ring. Smuggler's Ring, Gloves of Power, Broodmother's Revenge, because I'm using the Amulet of Misty Step. And the Moondrop Pendant, because the Silver Amulet's gone. Okay. Not too much junk, which is kind of cool. There we go. And we'll pick up all that lot from the junk trunk. Whew. Right. Hold on a minute. Just altering some bits here. Sort of Shadow, invite her again. Swap out Jaheira over to. Wait a minute. Do not take Karlak with us. Just looks like we're not taking Karlak with us. Over to Shadowhout, swap out Jaheira. Over to Asti, swap out Bihana. That doesn't make any sense. Because Karlak's in the team. I didn't read my guide again. That's what happened there. I shouldn't have invited Karlak. I should have invited Asti. That's fine, we can quickly go and do that.
Not for his wit or wisdom. He'll just make an excellent shield if we're attacked. Perhaps if you lost a... in that case.
Okay, now we'll do the buff up. So we're doing Long Strider on Tav. We do Speak with Animals. Bloodlust Elixir. Shart has Colossus. Razel has her Astral Knowledge Wisdom. What else do we need? Her Elixir. That's it, and then the complicated form that is Asti. Equip the dagger, the shield, the bow, and find an elixir of giant strength. Do not use hill giant strength. Don't use the big one yet. Where's Karlak? There we go.
Can't give up now.
Leave camp.
The city is close now. My former peers will be watching, no doubt. Waiting for my return. We should do what we can to find them. What they know could help us.
Long Strider on everyone. Once all the chat has finished, of course. Save game. Act 3, RV for Rivington. Save 1. And there we go. In the next episode, we'll actually be able to play the game.